Gentlemen, welcome back to the channel, and let me tell you about my bad luck of a day. I guess you could say it, because it's been one thing after another. Let me set the scene real quick for you. About a month or so ago, I had a recall on my car. I own a Mustang GT year 2022. Very brand new car still, pretty much. I've owned it for about close to 2 years now. I had a recall on it, and which I had to go to a Ford dealership to set up the recall because it was their fault that it happened in the first place. It happened with X amount of cars, you know, so on and so forth. That gets fixed, right? We go there to the Ford dealership, gets fixed. I then come home and my windshield washer fluid, the light had been on for like a day or so because I hadn't refilled it yet because I just didn't have any. I get home that day and I get my windshield washer fluid and I get it refilled. I then discover a new problem. When I refilled it, a couple hours later in that day, I went to the gym. Windshield washer fluid light stayed on saying it was low and needed to be refilled. And I knew it didn't need to be refilled because I had refilled. I figured I'd let it wait maybe a day or so. Maybe it just like hadn't fixed itself or something. I didn't know. I figured I'd just let it wait. It also wasn't like, you know, a crazy something to freak out about. So I wasn't that worried about it, right? Turns out after a week of letting it just sit there and just, you know, stay on, it was like, all right, I'm still under warranty. I need to go and get this thing fixed because they can fix it for free because it's under warranty. I go, I set up an appointment, I take it to them, which actually also had like another issue. I needed my tires retrained because the front left and the front right tire had been reading like opposite. So when you aired the left tire up, it went up on the screen on my right tire. And then vice versa with the right tire airing it up, it changed the left tire on my screen. Also, not a bad problem to worry about at all whatsoever. Nothing to freak out about, that's for sure. Simple fix, right? They can fix it probably like an hour or two at the shop. So I tell them that. They say, okay, bring it back next week and we'll get you fixed up. I bring it back the next week. A couple hours goes by of me waiting for them to fix that problem, for them to retrain the tires and to fix the sensor. I go back to the dealership and they're like, hey, we have to order a new sensor for your windshield washer fluid light because the sensor is just bad. So I'm like, okay, that's fine. So then it sets me up for coming up there another week from now because of my off days and they're not going to have the part in time and stuff like that. So I had to wait another week to go up there. And that's exactly what I do. I wait a full week leading up to today. My girlfriend and I going this morning. They know the problem, what they got to fix. So they already have the sensor ready to fix it. I'm thinking, heck yeah, my problems are going to be fixed until something else goes wrong with the car or if I damage it or something. That's the only problem I have left to fix, right? About an hour goes by. I wait for them to fix it. They fix it. I go back to the dealership and they're like, hey, it's fixed. New sensor in it. You're ready to go, bud. You are prepared. It's fixed. They're not lying. It's fixed, right? My girlfriend and I go about the rest of the day. We go shopping a little bit. We follow each other and stuff like that because she followed me in her car. That way I can, you know, not just sit at the dealership for however many hours it was going to be for them to fix it. We were both about to go home. She said, hey, I'm going to go do a little bit of shopping real quick at like TJ Maxx. And I said, okay, I'm going to go to GNC, see if they have some Ghosts because I'm obsessed with Ghosts pre-workout and the energy drinks, stuff like that. I then call her and say, hey, I'm about to head on the way home. She is literally right behind me. The GNC and the Walmart are like literally like 10 feet from each other. She goes, hey, I actually have a flat tire and I'm actually at Walmart right now. So I'm like, oh, well, I'm right here. I'll come over and come see what's up and see if I can help you and fix anything. Because they have an auto care center because she was going to get a new tire at Walmart. Little did I know. She was literally about to have a freaking blown out tire while driving. Little did she know. Thank God she actually got there safe because the wire in the tire was literally hanging outside of the tire as I got there. So that thing was, you know, beyond repair. We go to the workers and say, hey, can you guys help us put the spare on because we're already here? They're like, yep, absolutely. It's not going to cost you anything. So that's, you know, very nice of them. I really do appreciate that. I mean, they could have charged just, you know, 20 bucks, I don't know, just to do that. And they didn't charge us a thing. While they're getting the spare on, I called, I believe, about 14 different tire shops, dealerships in the area, in our hometown, in the town we gotta go through to get back to our hometown. I mean, not a soul had one specific tire that she needed. She drives a little mom car, a little SUV. Nothing crazy, nothing that requires a crazy tire for it. I mean, not a soul had this tire that she needed. After staying on the phone with them, you know, trying just to call 14, 15 different dealerships, one of them not even answering. One of them going straight to freaking like voicemail and just like beeping. Not even giving me a voicemail. Going straight to freaking just beeping. I was like, all right, yep. You just can't make that up. It's all good. We tried. Called a tire place in our town that we live in. They said, hey, we can order one and it'll be here around 12 o'clock tomorrow. And I was like, that will absolutely work at this point because not another soul in the area code other than like 2 hours away that we were not going to even consider calling had a tire. So they said, we got you tomorrow. We'll get you hooked up. And I was like, sick, dude. That's awesome. I really like to hear that because I've had no luck. 14, 15 different places, dude. I mean, holy crap, I needed some luck. We are then on our way home. I'm following her in my car because I want to make sure she gets home safe, of course, as any decent human being would do for their significant other, obviously. On the way home, I tried to use my windshield washer fluid that I had fixed that day. The sensor had the sensor fixed and all that, and no water came out. And I'm you know, about halfway home at this point, and I just simply think maybe they did not refill the washer fluid after they took everything out and stuff like that. Maybe they don't cover you on that. I really didn't know. I just thought they could have forgotten. People make mistakes, you know, things happen. And I understand that. So I said, okay, that's fine. As soon as I get home, I'll refill it with some that I have left from the other day when this whole debacle started. I get home, I park my car, and to my surprise, there is water dripping right beneath where I filled my windshield washer fluid. And I'm like, oh, my car wasn't leaking in town when I had this fixed. And it also wasn't leaking at the Walmart we were at when I was trying to call several different tire shops in town, several different dealerships in town, trying to get my girlfriend a tire so we can get it fixed for the day. During that entire I had 30 plus minutes of sitting at that Walmart. Not a single drop of water came out of my car. But as soon as I parked my car and got home and got to my passenger side and started to get my stuff, there's water dripping from the windshield washer fluid side of my vehicle. And I'm thinking, what could that be? Knowing the answer already, hoping I'm wrong, praying I am wrong. I was not wrong. I then pop my hood and I'm like, what's going on here? I look down, see if there's any fluid in there, and it is pretty much barren. And it is slowly leaking out still as I'm looking in there, looking at it, watching it, and hearing it happen in real time. Just to do it. Just to test the waters. Just because I'm curious. Go and get a little bit of fluid I had left to go put in there and just see. Just to see, right? Is it really leaking or is it something else that I've got a new problem for? Nah, it was the windshield washer leaking. It's just something you just couldn't make up. This problem started close to a month ago. Maybe a little bit longer now. Maybe. And lo and behold, there is now a new problem for my vehicle. I called them immediately. I said, hey Ford, can you send me to the service department, please? My windshield washer fluid is leaking after I got home from delivering it to you guys today. I talked to the dude at the service department. I explained to him the scenario, that I'm having a problem with the windshield washer fluid. He then says to me, because he worked on my car, he knew what they did to my car. They gave me an entire new windshield washer fluid system. Dude, we literally replaced everything in that today. Like, I know exactly the car you're talking about. We replaced everything in it. The sensor, the apparatus to freaking dispense it, to hold the water and the washer fluid. He said they fixed everything. So I'm like, well, that's just bad luck, I guess, or something happened on the way home. I explained to him, like, hey, this is, like, you know, I didn't hit anything on the way home. I didn't jiggle it. I didn't do nothing to it. It just straight up started leaking as soon as I got home. It's like, all that work, dude. It's just so unfortunate. It was just one thing after another. First, the problem got fixed. Everything was fine. It wasn't leaking, right? Everything's bing chilling. Everyone's fine. Everyone's dandy. No problems at all whatsoever. Then my girlfriend, her tire almost blows up while she's driving. To us not being able to find her a tire the entire time while getting her spare put on. Luckily, we got her spare put on and it was free. So that's, you know, that's clutch. That's awesome. To us getting home and then my car just out of absolute nowhere. My entire washer fluid just leaking as soon as I get home and park. I just not leaking the entire time while we're in the town where I got my car fixed to then bring it back to them very quickly if I had noticed it, which it had just not been leaking the entire time. This problem could be a million times worse. My girlfriend's tire could have absolutely molly-rocked and blown up while she was driving her car, causing her to crash. My car engine could have blown up. There could have been so many, like, worse scenarios that could have happened that did not happen. It's just really unfortunate. It's just it was like a bad luck day. That just, oh man. And that's how the day went. That's That's literally how the day went. I now have to go up there tomorrow morning again at 7:30. Gotta be there. Oh, it's just like a snowball. And hopefully that's all it stays at. It snowballs and it stops right there. We get our problems fixed tomorrow. But it was just some bad luck. That's something you can't control. It was just some bad luck. That's all I can say. From having bad luck with Apex Legends to having bad luck in real life. I mean, you can't make it up, dude. It's still a good day. I'm still alive. It's such a first world problem to complain about. It's still frustrating though, and I'm gonna leave it at that.